I am the park superintendent at Caddo Lake State Park. My responsibilities include the overall management of the state park, from managing the team here to the natural cultural resources and all aspects of running a state park.
My name is Nicolette Ledbury and I'm the assistant superintendent at Caddo Lake State Park. My primary duties are working with the public, working with staff, making sure our maintenance team has all the support that they need, and just continuing the conservation mission of Caddo Lake.
I started my career in conservation really from a young age, being interested in hunting and fishing, doing that with my family growing up, which led me to pursuing a degree in natural resource management. After that, doing some summer internships and also started my career with Parks and Wildlife as a fisheries technician, and then eventually moved on to state parks. I worked at a couple of state parks so far, Caddo being one.
I originally got into conservation through the AmeriCorps NCCC program, which stands for National Civilian Community Corps. The NCCC is kind of the legacy program for the CCC. So the Civilian Conservation Corps is actually who helped to build our park here at Caddo Lake. And it was a really interesting experience to go out and do real conservation work, primarily through wildland fire. So my original post was in Crown King, Arizona, and I did a lot of fuels reduction and learned about restoration of natural habitats through that program. I was only 19 when I completed the program, and I went back to school at Western Michigan University and continued on that environmental field by studying environmental science.
Coming to work for Parks and Wildlife is just aim high, set your goals and go for them. Learn about the resources, learn about where you want to work and what you want to do, because the agency has so many opportunities for women and for everyone, and so many different opportunities. So just set those goals and start working at them one at a time, and talk to staff, visit with people that work in the parks.
For women working in conservation or at Texas Parks and Wildlife, my biggest piece of advice is to take every opportunity given to you to learn new things. So for me, I've had a very rich background in conservation. So, you know, a lot of my experience has been the people aspect, and just being able to volunteer to go out and learn more about the natural resources side has been really helpful for me personally. And so, you know, joining the fire crew or working with restoration projects, working on trails, you know, my background lended to learning more about the trail work side. So working for the National Park Service, my first outdoor real job was working for Sequoia National Park. And during that time, I was able to go out and pack with the pack mule team and bring supplies out to the trail crew and work through a lot of things that I wouldn't have necessarily learned if I hadn't raised my hand and volunteered.
My favorite part about working at Caddo Lake State Park and what I do as a superintendent is just being able to do a little bit of everything, and to get to know the people, to meet the people that come to our parks and know that we're protecting it for them and providing them a wonderful place to escape and play in the outdoors.
So my favorite thing about this park would definitely be the rarity of the ecosystem. So here in Texas, you know, we're the only international wetland of importance here at Caddo. And I think being able to be one of the stewards throughout this park's legacy is something I think is super honorable and really exciting.